because we blinked, y'all, and it is the postseason. So welcome to the Dugout Dialogue Podcast. My name's Jess, Baseball Jess on TikTok, Baseball Jess. Well, actually, it's Baseball _Jess _ 2016 on TikTok. I think we're going to do the same handle for Instagram. Stay tuned. And we are here because we blinked, y'all. And it's postseason. And I wasn't joking. So I had to take a week off. We had some family stuff going on. But we are back. And we blinked. And it is now postseason, which started yesterday. Wild card games have begun. And if you breathe for longer than 10 seconds, it's going to go even faster. It's going to go faster than the regular season did. It's hard to believe that we started doing this podcast in May. And it's October. It's October 3rd, 4th. I lied. It's October 4th. Yesterday was October 3rd. So anyways, yesterday started our wild card game. And so we're just going to do a quick rundown. And we're going to try and stay on top of it better than I was before. So if you don't know who's in it, there are two. We've got our AL division and we've got our NL division. So for our National League wildcard games, we have two series going on. The first is between the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. And if you don't know how wildcard works, it's the first to two wins. It's the best 2 out of 3. So everybody is looking, if they won yesterday, they need to win tonight. Otherwise, you're going to game 3 and you're just going to be tired as you keep going through the postseason. That is what's going to happen. So National League, we have Diamondbacks and Brewers battling it out. Game 1, Diamondbacks took it, which was surprising to me. I'm not going to lie. I watched some of it before I went to bed because I go to bed at a super early time like a grandma. And when I woke up this morning, Diamondbacks won. They took it over Milwaukee. And Milwaukee is still favored to win. Let's be clear. And we will be doing a longer episode. I'll have some of the guys back, and we're going to be breaking down the odds on this and who's favored. If you're wanting to put some bets on it, if you're the gambling type, we got you covered too. So I'm going to have the guys back. I think we're recording tomorrow or tonight. I don't know. By the end of the week, we will have everything up. But Milwaukee's still favored to take this. One game does not win it all. So they will play again tonight at 7:08. And if the Diamondbacks win, they're going on. If they lose, they got to go to game 3. The other NL wildcard game going on is Marlins and Phillies. And personally, I want the Phillies to win. Unpopular opinion, especially National League and their history with the Braves. I still think the Braves could take them out. So I'm not worried about it. I don't think the Marlins, in my opinion, earned it. I think they just got lucky towards the end. Everybody else was burnt out. So Marlins and Phillies played yesterday. Phillies obviously won. And I think they're still favored in this series. So again, it's best 2 out of 3. First one to get to 2 wins takes it. So they play at 8:08 p.m. tonight. So we will I will watch and see. I'm telling you right now, my guesses are Brewers and Phillies battling that out. So I would be interested to see how that goes. Diamondbacks did look good. They played hard. Marlins looked okay-ish, from what I saw. I'm going to have to go back and recap some of that, but we're just watching it. We're watching it. We're going to see what happens. You know, the American League is really where I'm really wanting to pay attention. By default, I tend to pay attention to the National League a little bit more. That has a lot to do with the fact that my teams are both in the National League. So by default, I tend to watch that league more. And one of the teams that is in the wild card race, we've got the Rangers and we've got Tampa Bay Rays. I, as much as I would love to see the Rangers in it, I don't think they're gonna. They did win last night. They are leading their series. They play again at 3:08 today, but Tampa Bay is also favored to win the whole series. Again, it comes down to best 2 out of 3. You can take the first one, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the next 2. The shitty part about that is if you don't win the second game, whoever wins that third game, I mean, it's going to be an exhausting postseason as you go through. So Rangers and Rays, they play at 3:08 today on the 4th. And again, Tampa Bay is still favored to win, even though the Rangers took that first game. And we could kind of look back at that. And then the other 2 teams in the AL wildcard that actually, I think this is the game that I'm going to throw on today while I'm still at work, is Blue Jays and the Twins. Minnesota is favored to win, and they do lead the series. So that's the only matchup, I believe, right now that is like that, where the team favored to win took the first game. It should be interesting. We'll see if there's any upsets. I do like the way the Twins came out, and this is a game that I really want to watch closely. I think that's going to be a good matchup. Again, I went to bed early, y'all. I'm an old lady. So let's break down the games yesterday. So we'll start with the way I have it listed, which is Rangers and Tampa. Rangers took that series and they took it hard. Like they came in and they did their job. They came in and they won 4-0. So we know Scherzer's out. He was out for the rest of the season. That happened closer to the end of this regular season. And I had mentioned, we're going to see how that affects them. So far, not affecting them. But we will see who ends up pitching today and how that all goes forward. Sometimes, even though a pitcher is not in there all the time, they have this power or ability to pull the team together. So we will see if Scherzer still can pull his team. And he is if you've never heard him interviewed or anything like that, go AJ Brzezinski's podcast, Foul Territory. They interviewed him after he got traded. And he's just a really good guy. He's just one of those guys that he's been around a while. You want to learn from him, and he knows how to keep his team motivated. So it looks like he's still kind of doing that, even though he's not pitching for the rest of the season. So we have that. So Rangers took it over the Rays 4-0 yesterday. Blue Jays and Twins, that from the highlights I saw this morning at the gym and what I watched last night, they're battling. And that's what you kind of want to see, especially in these wild card games. You don't want to see a team kind of give up in half a second, if that makes any sense. So the Twins took that game yesterday. 3-1. They play again today, like I said. That is another game I'm gonna really tune into. The AL is a weak spot for me, just kind of like how pitching is. Like, people are like, "Oh, what do you know about pitching?" And I'm like, I know what a strike at a ball is. I know where yeah. My pitching knowledge is jack shit. So if somebody wants to come and educate me, AJ Brzezinski, as a former catcher who might have a thing or two in the knowledge bucket to share, it's not my strong point. So again, Blue Jays and Twins, they play again today. They are playing at 4:38. I'm going to tune into that. I'll have the Rangers and Tampa Bay on first. They're on at 3:08. But Twins did take it yesterday 3-1, and now the National League. And this is, I was really shocked. The Brewers came out hot, and they were doing good. They were coming out strong in the beginning of the game when I was watching it. And I was shocked to wake up to find out they lost 6-3 to the Diamondbacks. I personally don't think the Diamondbacks have the momentum. They may have the ability to knock the Brewers out, which would be interesting. That would shake things up a little bit because I think everybody just assumes that the Brewers they're in it. That's who's gonna, be the ones. But I don't think the Diamondbacks have the ability to last beyond the wild card, right? Games. And that is just from watching them. They were strong in the beginning of the season and they really fell off. They did. And I just don't know that there's enough gas in the tank to get them to the end of the season. So while the Diamondbacks are leading their series, I wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee comes back today like, all right, head in the game, ready to do it, back in action. And then, so again, we'll just have to watch. It's the September, the end of the season was freaking insane. The postseason is 10 times faster, like baseball on crack. It is insane. So Diamondbacks and Brewers, they start at 7:08. And again, the Brewers are still the favorite to win. And like I said before, me and the guys will be getting back together. I'm not entirely sure who's going to be in it. And we'll be talking some of these odds too. So if you're in a betting mood, we got you covered. And then that final series that went on yesterday was the Marlins and the Phillies. And here's my thing. And I had somebody get mad at me because I'm rooting for the Phillies. I'm not a Bryce Harper fan. I'm definitely a Kyle Schwarber fan. But I don't think the Marlins put in quite enough throughout the season to push for or earn this spot. So my look at it and my perspective on it, take it or leave it, I don't fucking care. My stand by this is that they kind of coasted. And then as other teams who've been busting their ass to try to make it to the postseason started falling off because they're tired, they're worn out, they're hitting their slumps. That is the only reason the Marlins really got into this. I don't think they've spent the year earning it in any way, shape, or form, where I think the Phillies have. The Phillies are a very strong team, and they've been consistently strong throughout the season, even though they didn't come in and clinch their division. So I think it played out exactly how it should yesterday, and my Braves fans are gonna fucking hate me for this shit, and I don't give a fuck. I really want the Phillies to pull it out, and Braves fans are gonna hate me because the Braves had a rough time against the Phillies. It's a very equal match, in my opinion. It's a lot more equal match, especially strong offense, defense. So, that being said, I really think the Phillies are just going to take it today. I don't think the Marlins have a chance. Like, kudos. You made it to the wild card. Be proud, because my Cubs sure as fuck didn't. But I just don't think there was that push, that earning power, that drive. I think y'all just coasted at a decent rate to where when everybody else fell off, you just push back up. Because the Cubs were in it more. There were just other teams that I feel like pushed and just like suffered towards the end of the season. But Phillies and Marlins play at 8 tonight, so we'll see how that pans out. It's about to get crazy, y'all, and I'm hoping I can stay on top of it. Life doesn't get any crazier, because if it gets any fucking crazier, somebody's be writing my obituary. That's morbid. But it's true. So we'll be back. I just wanted to pop in on a quick episode. I don't think there's more to talk about until later tonight. And I'm going to definitely be up watching. I have it scheduled. We've got 2 great afternoon games. Rangers, Rays, 3:08. Blue Jays, Twins, 4:38. And then my National League got the night games tonight. So, again, I'm calling, let's put it this way, AL wildcard games. Out of Rangers and Rays, I'm calling Rays. Out of Blue Jays and Twins, I'm calling the Twins. Out of Diamondbacks and Brewers, honestly, I kind of hope the Diamondbacks take it. Like, they just have just enough momentum. And out of Marlins and Phillies, I'm calling the Phillies. And I'm telling you right now, my World Series picks have not changed. I am keeping with Braves and Orioles. I really think that's how it's going to pan out. I think this rest that the Braves are getting is going to do them some fucking wonderful, wonderful things. And I think it's resting their pitchers and all of that is going to do them wonders. So, with that being said, I'll see y'all in a couple days. And we'll see where this whole wild card thing ends up. Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot? There's a saying around here. Fuck Dave. Actually, you know what? I can't say fuck Dave because I haven't got all my stuff. Dave. Anyways, y'all go watch a wild card. Let me know what you think, and we'll come back and discuss later.